Friends, I came here today to invite you to join me on a journey and to a conversation. Admittedly, I am on a journey to understand my own racism and to understand the ways that I have implicitly and explicitly harmed persons of color, how I've participated in complex systems of racism that have almost always benefited me or people who look like me. I'm on a journey to not only be not a racist, but to become anti-racist. This year, as the year was just beginning to get started, I began work preparing for our 200th anniversary as a church. Did you know that we're going to be turning 200 in 2021? What I've come to learn is that our church was founded by a woman who enslaved people and who profited off their enslavement. Knowing that our 200th anniversary would mean that we would need to come to some new understandings of our church's past, I read a book by Robin DiAngelo entitled White Fragility: Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism. I found it powerful, helpful, and convicting. I found that it shone light on who I am, how I've acted, and direction for becoming a different and better person. Then COVID-19 hit, and my focus understandably went to that and to our church's ministry within it. But now, with the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor, our nation's focus has turned to the injustices of racism. And as Christians, we're called to make sense out of how we can be Christ's presence in the midst. I'm finding that we can't wait until our church's anniversary in 2021 to have these conversations. We need to have them now. Our Bishop, Bob Farr, has asked that every church staff, the lay leadership, and all United Methodists in Missouri to read a book that, as it turns out, is the very same book that I read earlier this year, Robin DiAngelo, White Fragility: Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism. At the end of this video, we'll post a picture of it for you. I'm asking that all of our church staff to read it. Our leadership board members will be asked to read it too. I'm now inviting you to join us. You don't have to be a member of our church or even have ever physically attended with us. You are invited. One of our members, Ted House, has agreed to join me in co-leading a conversation about the book with anyone who wants to be a part of the journey with us. We'll have 4 sessions starting on Sunday, July 12th at 4 o'clock and going through Sunday, August 2nd. You can sign up for it on our church's website or call our church office. I'm also inviting all of our Sunday school classes, small groups, and UMW circles to consider reading the book as well. If your group does, please contact Pastor Debbie so that we can coordinate and collaborate the conversations. All of us come to the issue of racism in our world out of very different places and experiences. Could we all, at the least, engage the conversation? Might we move forward in our journey to understand what's going on in the world and our part in it? I'm convinced that there's not one of us whose faith wouldn't benefit by the effort. Now, as promised, here's the book and a link to how you might sign up for the conversation. Please don't end this video without signing up.